Okay, thank you for the sub. Thanks, Ox. No, we don't need to bring back my old hair. Yeah, I heard Fallen Symphony got ranked, but not like I can do it, so. And it's too hard for me. Yeah, it's like 250 BPM streams, but it's just like... It's like 250 BPM streams, but it's all LN, which kind of sucks. Like jump stream, if I remember correctly. But it's just kind of like, okay, is that a different cup than usual? No. How many stairs do I have? I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Last few days have been pretty good. You shut up there. Last few days we've been chilling out here. Clover, thank you for the sub. I got bored. I've been up for a long time. What's up with the audio? I don't know. What is up with the audio? Is there anything up with the audio? I can't make music like any quieter than this. I can answer how many doors I have, probably, if I think really hard about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. But yeah, once again, I like to reiterate, I'm not cutting my hair short ever until, I don't know, some major personality change would have to occur for me to do that. I don't know how many cabinets I have. Door was hard enough. You heard me struggling at answering doors. You know I can't go much further than that if that's how that's going. My bad. How's it go? I'm not warm at all, by the way, if that wasn't clear. I think this is harder than Zodiac. Yeah, definitely harder than Zodiac. That I can say for, like, certain. I don't really see this as being easier than Zodiac. That wouldn't really make any sense. But yeah, hopefully you guys are all doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. Yeah, some people just ain't meant to have long hair. Some people think I'm one of those people, and I say to them, you're wrong, and you don't know me. Let's celebrate Easter. No, I didn't do anything for Easter. I would have had to go like back home, which is like 4 hours away, and that was not gonna happen for this holiday. I don't know what I'm doing. It's been a while since I played this. Like, I don't even remember how to do the ball timings well. Telling you guys the saddest thing that had ever happened to me would be kind of a bummer, so let's not go there. Ninja Noodle, thank you for the 100 bits. Is my respawn time messed up again? What the hell? Oh. Need you to be this. Respawn time. Yeah. There we go. That's what I actually needed. Although now I don't remember how to use it. I hate Mitch. Nine Splash, thank you for the sub. But is that's just mega hack. Literally every time he changes that. And then never changes it back. It needs to end. Flat move. Well, the last time I played on my computer, he was doing like a co-op roulette with his friends, and he had to get like 23 on Proof It, and he said to us, "Don't worry, guys, this will only take 5 minutes," and it did not, and he also never did it. Yeah, thank you for the 900 bits, Ninja Noodle. Appreciate it. Thank you, dude. That's awesome. Thank you, dude. Mega is legit. Yeah. Appreciate you. What was I gonna say? I was talking about something. I slept for like 9 hours last night. I'm doing pretty good. If the 410 bits not flash, favorite type of monkey? Us, I guess? Well, not really, but I like existing. Like humans are pretty cool when they're good. Lady, thank you for the sub. Okay, I still haven't seen the Mario movie. That doesn't happen. You would think that would happen. I think we're waiting for a friend to come up. Which happens sometime in the middle of this month. I hope you're right and Luigi does die. Not that I hate him, but that'd be crazy. I don't think they'd throw that in there. But that would be insane. Yeah. If Frank got to see it first day. Insane. Mario movie debut. I saw a video on Twitter of some guy walking up to the front of the theater like, who's excited for this Super Mario Brothers movie? And I was like, yeah, they like does a backflip or something, and it's crazy. I enjoyed that video rather thoroughly. Starting to remember. Yo, Ninja Noodle, thank you for the 1,000 more bits, man. I really appreciate it, dude. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I've been waking up at 8, but I just haven't been streaming because I keep going into this pattern of like, well, I'll just stream during lunch or whatever, and then I never do for some reason. Also because I was just busy for the weekend, hanging out with friends and such. Well, I won't last. It never does. Like, I never actually keep the good sleep schedule ever. I try to, but something invariably always goes wrong for an unknown reason. Damn. Yeah, I was not doing that. Dude, I am not being a good content creator at all. I will do anything that isn't edit the sync video. Literally. I was just not made to be a video editor. That's the truth, I think. It's not my calling. I will literally do anything other than that. Like, my brain finds the smallest excuse to do anything else, and it does it. Damn, this sucks. No, I need to do it. I need to edit the video. Dude, you need to stop hitting that. Now, I'm just being, you know how Rob Top doesn't want anyone to help him with 2.2? That's what I'm like right now with this video. Like, I feel like it needs to be done by me, but also, I'm lazy. So, you know, the whole thing. Because it sounds so easy. It's like, in concept, it's just like, all you do is you open up the thing and then put stuff together and it's over. But literally every time I open it, my brain is like, it goes on this tangent that goes anywhere that isn't there. Or like the smallest thing will happen and then all of a sudden I'm in a 2v2 with Ox and we're playing now and it's like, oh, I wonder what happened here, and it's like, you guys want to actually help? Let's start editing the goddamn subathon video before I become 3 years older than him. That's something I need actual help with, like that actually warrants the help of other people, as opposed to this where all I have to do is just do it myself and it takes probably 3 hours, but I haven't done it. Man, that click. The problem is I'm just genuinely a streamer, not an editor. That's my truth. You know what I mean? I am a streamer. And am I a little lazy? Yeah. Hope you weren't expecting anything after that, because I don't have anything. Text message isn't mattering. Okay, it does mattering, but I know the reason. So it was like blue light crystal meth. Yeah, kind of controversial that they'd, you know, reference such a chemical with this color, but whatever. You want to know what the real problem is, guys? The real problem is Bridge. Like 100% that's the real issue. Because what's happening recently is like Bridge has undergone an actual revolution. Because, they made a server for Bridge scrims, and it didn't really, like, catch on at first. But now, oh my god. Like, the problem is, every single time I'm even a little bored, like a little anything, all I have to do, literally all I have to do is open Minecraft, log on to the Bridge scrim server, and everyone that has ever played Bridge is online right now, and is like, oh, you want to join us in this 2v2 game right now? Then you can go and play for 3 hours, and then you go into another one, and then you go into another, like, it's, you can't do it, like, it's so unescapable. Plus I have like 30 ping flat on the server, which is like really good considering my internet. So it's like, it feels really good to play also, and I'm getting used to the PvP and everything. It's just like, oh my god. How am I supposed to do anything else? Literally how? It's so fun. And it gets, like, the server just gets better every single day, and more people play every single day. It's like, how do you do anything? Reachify the raid. We've been down this road of thinking about putting an FAQ on the thing, but it never seems to help anything. So I just kind of let it ride. It's just, like, changes were made that just made it really good. It's just growing really fast. Like, there was 90 people on yesterday. 90! Do you know how absurd that is? 90. That is ridiculous. And it's not even like they were AFK. You get AFK kicked if you're like gone for more than 5 minutes. And they were like all in a game. 90 people playing comp bridge at the same time is like the highest number since like 2021, like at least. $90, dude. We're talking about the Bridge Scrim server. No, Bridge is resurging right now. And the Bridge Scrim server is just gonna add more and more, probably. Like, it was on the verge of going somewhere that could have been considered death, but it's just over now. Yo, Ninja Noodle, thank you for the 1,100 bits, man. I appreciate it. Dude, maybe now is the time I should make the bridge tutorial video, actually. Like, legit. Wow, but I suck now. I need to, dude, I'm actually grinding again. I'm doing pretty decently now. Now that there's one centralized server that we can all agree to play on, now might be the time. This is the person saying it's killing my channel. The problem is more so that I'm just not focusing on... It's hard for me to focus on the thing I'm not currently passionate in. And the thing I'm currently passionate in, as far as VD is concerned, is just like longer grinds. Because that's just my mood right now. And I get that probably definitely hurts the channel a lot, but right now what I want to do is these like longer grinds. Maybe after Edge of Destiny I'll want to do something else. But like... I have this rule in my head, like, I should always do what my subconscious wants to do, and right now it wants to grind out this level, and Oblivion wanted to do that too. So maybe after this I want to make content. My channel is probably going to tank a lot in viewership, but that just happens, and I'm just going to follow the voices, yeah. But I am sorry there's not as much YouTube content. Oh yeah, this is an early ass time for my status to be purple. I know some people like have actual voices in their head that have like different personalities and stuff like that. That's crazy. I mean, I know our sense of self is pretty fragile. Because it's not like real. That's fair. That it would break a lot. Let's go. But yeah, I'm hoping that after Edge of Destiny, I'll just want to relax and pump out some content, especially because we're going into spring and summer, which I usually play really bad in because just allergies. Content season, yeah. I don't know, I just feel motivated right now. And I have you guys to thank for it also, because Twitch is currently a rather sustainable source of income, so I appreciate you all for enabling me to kind of do whatever I want here. Oh my god! How was my day today? Good. I lied, actually. I just forgot about the first hour of my day where I woke up and it felt like I had had like 14 shots last night or something because like of the pressure change hurt so bad. I woke up like, oh no, what is this? Like, it was so painful. I just took a bunch of meds and just hoped it would go away in like 30 minutes, and it did. But I kind of forgot about that, yeah. And then I just kind of hung out and I listened to music for a while. And I was just like, I don't know, feeling it. Alright, last time we're gonna do this. Is it number 1 to 7 or we sub? 1. Yeah, when you wake up and you feel like you're dead. Because the first thing you think is, what did I do to deserve it? Like, what? Like, you instantly start scanning your brain for, like, events that happened the previous day that could correlate to what's happening right now. And it especially sucks when there's none. And you're just like, oh well, I guess. There is no Npesta command. We should make one, and it just says Npesta. As always. Yo, Lucas John, thank you for the good stuff. Wait, what was the number though? Thank you. I guess 1. I was going for the trick shot on the 1 to 7. Npesta. My alternate personality that plays Divine Journey 2. This part looks so generic. This part? Really? What's generic about it? May I ask? Yeah, quest designer crafting. Don't ask for gift subs. This ain't Hypixel Bedwars Lobby 1, you know what I'm saying? Goal. The goal of the series is to win it all. Keep that one, keep that one, keep that one. Absolutely keep that one. Goal. The goal of the series is to win it all. Let's go. Matt made that one, probably during Divine Journey 2. If I had to guess. Dude, I have not met one of those people that like mass gifts out subs in, not subs, oh my god. Mass gifts out like ranks on Hypixel that isn't like weird. Those people are weird more often than not. I was talking to one of them. Apparently they have like standards for who they gift the ranks to. Like, okay, dude. What do you mean by weird? This, the way they act is like, I don't even know. It's so off-putting. What is the point of Hypixel ranks? I don't remember anymore. I just know they change your color. Yeah, a lot of them have like this weird ego about it. It's hard to describe. Well, okay, the reason that it's weird a lot of the time is because most of them are doing it so they can get blue ++. Thank you for the sub. Can't say that. I refuse, but thank you. What is that? Well, basically, so when you're MVP++, you can change the color of your ++s. Depending on like certain things, and if you gift like 100 ranks, you can change them to dark blue ++s, which is why a lot of them do it, which is weird. That is so much money to achieve that. Like, oh my god. Like, it's not even like, because with subs, you're supporting who you're watching. You're not really like, what are you really doing when you gift them any, I don't know. When you like, they aren't really doing it to just support Hypixel. They just want the blue ++. Like, it's weird. It's weird. Ninja, thank you for the 1,000 bits. I appreciate it, man. $10K ranks. What? Space. Wolfcliff, thank you for the sub. was so bad. Okay, wow. Ha 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 ha. 13,000? Wow, that's wow. That was kind of ridiculous. How do you get that much money? What did they do? Yeah, like mega rich people that just have money to burn. That must be an actual billionaire or something. It's just bored. Like when Jesse just started throwing money on the side of the road, literally. Money laundering. Yeah, what if it's just a giant money laundering scam somehow? I don't know how that would work. Because the money that just goes to iPixel, you can't. It's not like the person you're gifting the ranks to. The money. You just get the benefits. Yes! Yes, I've heard. I remember once I looked up I was like bored. I looked up most, like, money ever given in a Twitch stream or something like that. And I remember seeing that guy. It's so funny. iPixel's a giant thing for money laundering? How? Like through Skyblock maybe? How do ranks do it? Like I'm genuinely curious. If you look up like most like biggest donation on Twitch stream or something, you'll find it, I think. It's like ridiculous. I don't even remember how much it is. Use the G5 for 2x because I'm the best. This mouse is sick. Oh yeah, for those who didn't see my tweet, I was gonna stream like the other day, like around this time, but what happened was, I couldn't, like, it was so random. So what happened was, I'll tell the whole story. I opened up my computer, like I had turned it on, and my blue light filter didn't work, so I had to restart. I restarted, and then it wouldn't, like, I clicked on my internet thing, and no internet was popping up. Like I said, there was no internet, like, available at all. I was like, what? That's weird. I'll just restart it then. I'll probably work after I restart it. Nope, didn't work after I restarted it. So now I'm like, why is this happening? This is getting, you know, from minor inconvenience to I can't do anything now. So I was like, there's no, how am I supposed to fix this? So I look it up, and I go to I remember at first I go to the troubleshooting thing. Like I go to my thing, and it tells me one of the drivers is broken. I'm like, one of my drivers is broken? Okay, so it says all you have to do is just, you know, delete it and reload your computer, and it will fix itself. It'll re-download the right one. I was like, okay, I'll just do that. I did that. That didn't work. I looked up a YouTube video, and I did a bunch of different steps, like changing all the settings, like changing the dual band whatever thing. And I did so much random BS. I eventually had to get my Ethernet cable out, and like run that across the house, and eventually plug that in, and then I was like downloading stuff to try to fix it, all of this stuff, and I was starting to get desperate. Like we were like 3 hours into this fix here, and I was just like in some random setting area in the like I I was in like the, there was like this area in the driver where you could like check specific properties, and I found one that said crash code, and I've never seen that. No one ever talked about that, so I clicked on that. And when I clicked on that, it gave me like some random string of characters. I was like, okay, I looked it up, and there was like no results. And I eventually found this like random thread on this site that none of us know. It's like some, I don't know, some random ass site, and it was like, it could be the Valorant anti-cheat. And I was like, no way, it's the Valorant anti-cheat. Because like, I got the beta. You guys remember when like the beta codes were like floating around everywhere, and it was like, you wanted to get one of those so you could try Valorant, because everyone was like hyping it up like this is crazy or whatever. And I wanted to see what it was too. So back then I tried the beta or whatever. I didn't like it. I was like, this kind of sucks ass. But I never got rid of it. And so then I went and I found the Valorant anti-cheat, and I uninstalled it, and immediately I was able to connect to the internet. And I was just like, are you kidding me? What? It was like the most shocking thing of all. I was just literally like, the Vine Boom sound effect played when I checked my thing, and it said I could connect to the internet again. Like literally. I was like I couldn't believe what I was. So like, it just makes me wonder what happened. It's almost like the way the anti-cheat works is it just like brute forces its way into all of your systems and just randomly corrupts certain parts of code that make random things occur. Because apparently I found that the Valorant anti-cheat does a lot more than just that. It was ridiculous. Now, I don't necessarily mind giving an anti-cheat like access to my computer, but I do care when it starts doing that. So yeah, I was gonna stream, I think that was 2 days ago now, but that wasn't happening after that. I was just like, it's a nice day outside, let's just get out of here. You don't need this right now. Let's go. Dude, the ship is like so hard for some reason. Wolfson Charity, thank you for the sub. I didn't really do anything for e-service. It's a normal last day for me, but I did play bridge for like 7 hours, so there's that. It's a Minecraft thing. The bridge rules. It's hard to play Bed Wars these days. You just run out of things to do. It's not a fun game to play competitively. At least in my opinion. I think Bed Wars is a party game first and foremost, as opposed to something like Bridge, which is a lot more real in terms of how competitive you can make it. Yeah, people play ranked Bed Wars, but it's more just like toxic people with no life friend group, I think. for the most part. I've heard horror stories, like there's like dox bins and stuff, and every single person closet cheats to some degree, and it's like, oh my god. I always cringe so hard when like someone's talking about someone else being so good and talking about how they never lose PvP. Like, dude, you could be literally the best PvPer in the world and you'd still lose some PvP. Like, if you're describing someone in that manner, they're cheating. There's no skill amount that allows you to win every PvP that often. Like, it's like, come on. That is called cheating, yeah. Like, there's this one guy, Briscoe's, is always hyping up this one PvPer. I say that in giant air quotations because, according to them, they got a 1,000 win streak in high-pixel sumo duels. Hey, does anyone see a problem with that? Has anyone played sumo before on high-pixel? Like, it's so annoying. It's like, are you stupid? Are you dumb? Like, what do you mean? It must be really good, yeah. Like, how is that the conclusion you come to and not, oh, they're obviously cheating? Like, what? Are you dumb? Ping is a factor, but you don't get to win every fight for free if you have a decent ping. There's counters like every ping, especially on high pixel of all places. Yeah, Hypixel can just do whatever it wants, like, completely randomly. I have, like, 60 ping on it, so I have pretty good ping, and still. $60 ping on Hypixel might be the most unfair ping range. It's so easy. It's, like, ridiculously easy to win on 60 ping. It's like it just auto-hit selects anyone that should beat you. Like, for free. Yeah. I thought that was gonna kill me like 1,000,000,000%. Damn you. This cube is now kicking my ass, I guess. Yeah, UD is awesome. If I had lunch, I'd play bridge with you guys, but I ain't got lunch. LMAO. Yeah, pass cube from wave is not a real possible thing that can happen to you. One number that permanently be your ping and high pixel and FPS and GD. You lose. You have to sacrifice one for the other. So I guess 360. RIP Minecraft. Because 2-4 at that point you're not playing Minecraft. Like, it's already over. I do not have a 360 hertz monitor. I have a 240 hertz and just bypass the 360. Maybe 144 if you tried hard enough in GD. Maybe, but that would hurt my eyes really bad. Speaking of 144, hey Luigi. The problem is I'm so like, it's like, you ever had sushi like on the West Coast or like anywhere where sushi's really good, and then you have your sushi back in your random ass town in the middle of nowhere? It's like, it's just not the same. Like, you can't. It doesn't taste good anymore. It's like that with FPS. Like, you go to like 360, you can't go back. It's impossible. I am not making a TikTok. Every time I get sushi, I put the entire wasabi packet on one of them and just go, let's do this, and then I do it, and it's awesome every time. Literally, my only complaint about sushi is it's so, like, you eat it so fast. You know what I mean? Ah, Luigi, it's okay. I'll just never talk to you ever again now. Yeah, I was good at this cube once, then I was just like, LOL! Exactly, Space. Dumplings are better than sushi. Why do we gotta put dumplings and sushi next to each other? They're both really good for their own reasons. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Oh my god. Oh my god. This kid. Out of timeout, streamer. Guys, come on. How many gift subs to make this go away? Let's name a price. Natch you. Okay. That's like evil money laundering, like negative money laundering. It's like you're putting your own money through Twitch and you lose a lot of it for no reason. Your money's already clean. No point. Like, if I gifted myself like 200 subs, the IRS would definitely like be notified, right? Split. Yeah. In what way? Well, like, okay, imagine you have a bunch of dirty money, and then you just, like, before it gets, like, frauded or anything like that, you just gift yourself 200 subs, so the money then becomes money you're getting through Twitch, so it's clean. That is actually kind of how it works, though. It's using money. Well, if I had dirty money, let's say I got money from like a drug deal or something, and then I spent all that money to like gift myself a bunch of subs. I'm just using the dirty money for Twitch. Yeah, but that's before it gets like audited. Because every year you gotta do your like taxes. Shrek is cute, not gonna lie. Thank you for the sub. Okay, what if you have hard cash, dirty hard cash, and then you give it to someone else, and they take a cut, and then they spend their actual money on Twitch subs for you, and then that's what happens. Dude, I remember reading some statistic, like, if every rich person just paid the taxes they actually had due instead of, like, trying to avoid them, like, most of our problems would just instantly be solved. In terms of, like, financial issues. Which is, like, definitely true. Because rich people just spend literally all of their time trying to figure out. They literally will create an entire ass, like, company so they don't have to pay taxes. It's going good. It's going good. Yeah, it's ridiculous the lengths they'll go to, though. Yeah, if you pay your tax, well, yeah, you're not supposed to be able to become a billionaire. That's stupid. But if you don't pay your taxes, then... Many GD players I've met in real life? Like, probably like 15 to 20. Like people I've known from GD that I met in real life. Maybe a bit more than that, I'm not sure. I don't feel like creating the whole total in my head. Like, I thought about the work I'd have to do to think about everyone I've met up from the play GD, and then I was just like, we don't need to do that. It is 15 to 20, probably. Yeah, you know 8 of them because they were in the Bloodbath with 8 people video. I was back in my old place now. I ain't lived there no more. Damn. Oblivion with 8 people. Easy. Let's do it. Who's excited? New video. Like if drop to Matt. 26 to 36. You can do that. I'll take 90 to 100. I'll be brave. I'll do the hard part right there. Kino's with a person, it's you. Yeah, I've done Oblivion with a person before, being me. Yeah. That's just kind of like, wow. Nah, probably isn't harder than Tartarus. Tartarus is still just so hard in my head. This cube is kicking my ass, bro. Literally, I've only passed it once. Yeah, it wasn't even, the cube wasn't even like that bad for me once, but it's just over. I don't know what happened, man. Yeah, this cube's definitely the hardest part. These timings are just really hard to hit. Yeah, this part is literally just getting harder the longer I play. I thought Misfire was an insane demon. I'm really upset it's not. It's like 130 or something. There's no way it doesn't get like... there's no way it's not like a few spots higher from just like the song. No, and now I'll never do... I will literally never do a roulette ever again because of Misfire until it's off. Yeah, difficulty comes from the song, literally. Turning off the song is not... Record illegitimate if the song's off. Like, you have to endure it. That's the whole point. Interesting concept for a level. I tried to do a practice in a minus try yesterday, and I came across a part so hard I just exited out of the level. I was like in a mirror going down a mini ship thing, and there were these two orange orbs. Yeah, what's up, Minecrafted? And this thing happened that made no sense, and I couldn't make it work. I meant red. Ugh, not this again. I meant your band. That's what I meant. I'm going to Japan in like June. Is there anything like I absolutely have to do? I have to go on a train. I will. Well, I'm I'm not I don't really care about Tokyo. That's a bit too much. I want to go to like Kyoto mostly. That's like the place I actually want to go. I don't think I have the energy for Tokyo, dude. It seems like there's so much. At least I don't have the energy for a place like New York City, so. Alright, the weather there is probably, in Japan, is probably very rainy. As most islands are. I mean, it's still a really big island, but it's still an island. What was the one story in history? I don't remember. There was like some group trying to invade Japan. Maybe it was like the Mongols or something that couldn't make it to Japan because of how stormy the weather was, even though it was like 100 miles or something. And they just like couldn't do it. It was literally impossible. It was the Mongols. Let's go! Let's go! I remember that from a textbook in 10th grade. No, 9th grade. No, not 10th grade. People went to war because they stopped sending them opioids. Did that happen? What is that? That wasn't like the Spice Wars, was it? The war for drugs. Opioids are a crazy thing. I can definitely understand why countries would go to war, especially not knowing anything. Dude, this cube is not real. Still. I mean, opioids do have genuinely, really, like, important uses, for medicine and stuff like that, so. Yeah, the war on drugs. It worked, yay. I think we'll see a drastic change in all that in the next 20 years, though. I think things are shifting more towards decriminalization. I genuinely think that. Canada's making some very important steps in some other places in Europe. Yeah, it's just like, it's one of those things, but the problem is, it's just like gun control, like in a lot of places, where every single country that's done it has less deaths, but for some reason, some countries just think that won't apply to them. They're like, no, 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 that's them, and we're different. If we did that, it would be bad. Even though every other country that's done this. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I'm hoping America just shuts up this time and is like, you know what, it's working for other countries, so let's do it. Or are they going to make this some giant political thing and it's going to be a... Come on, guys. See you, Matt. You know what it was? It's just like I was talking to someone who like had a lot of these like beliefs that I disagree with. It was respectful, like none of us were arguing. But I realized that a lot of people who think in that way are very like binary. It either happens or it doesn't happen. It's like if like one trans person does this, then they all could. Like it's like they're if one does, then they all do. They just that's how they think. It's very interesting. Or if this like if one shooting occurs, then they all do, or like it's stuff like that. It's like, yeah, it's weird, but that's how they think. Yeah, I don't think I'll stay in America my whole life. Yeah, but they don't care about the statistics. Like, that's the thing. Statistics mean nothing to them. It's, if one person does this, then they all think that way. Very extreme jumps. Yeah, that's fair. America is quite the place right now. And it's the same thing with, like, racism, right? Like, a lot of people will, like, be maybe robbed by someone who's black, or someone who's black did something like this to them, and then all of a sudden their brains are like, so they all think this way. They're all like this, and that's how a lot of that starts. I'm not queuing bullets. I'm in the middle of an Ender Dusty shoot. Yeah, especially like after 9/11, a lot of pretty much any group in the Middle East like was just like very stigmatized in America because if one, then all. Let's go. Yeah, it's, I saw a very scary, this song pitch wrong, it's Twitch, I just refreshed your stream. I saw, like, this, New York Times did a whole piece about Tucker Carlson and the language he uses, and it was really interesting. The language he uses is extremely polarizing stuff. And apparently it's like the most popular show in the US. I don't know if that's actually true, but I don't know why the New York Times would lie about that. Wow, okay. That sucks so bad, dude. That sucks so bad. I passed the cube and everything. No. Dude, that's so annoying. That's such a, like a nothing death. I just simply went up too high. Yeah, but just voting isn't enough to really do anything now, is it? That's the issue. This ain't about red versus blue no more. Maybe it never was. Well, what do you, but, like, what do you do when you can vote and do vote, and then, like, I literally don't think any of them ever best interest in mind. None of them. And I do vote. I have voted. So what? I don't trust literally any of them. They want you to think that all you can do is vote. I think. We actually have a lot more power than that if we all stood together and did something. But that's not going to happen, unfortunately. At least yet, I don't know. I think people putting flags inside their house is annoying. I mean, not really. Like when I drive... Okay, when I drive past the house and they have like 1,000,000 American flags, I make a mental profile of what they're like in my brain. Like I generate a person, but I don't like... I'm not like... I mean, whatever. They can do whatever they want. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's no point not voting. But it's still just like... But yeah, anyway, back to the thing I was talking about, the Tucker Carlson thing. The language he uses is like extremely like... Apparently it's just like he just repeats the same general concepts over and over again just to make you mad. And so it's just like they want to take your style of life away. The they and you. It kind of reinforces these like binary polarizing beliefs. Now Tucker Carlson's definitely like up there with like most damaging human beings to currently exist. Yeah, it's like when you vote, you're like, you're voting for the bad one versus the worst one. Number one most damaging human, Putin. Putin's not done a lot of good things. I'm trying to even think. Potato, thank you for the 100 bits. Most damaging human... I know. Kim Jong-un is... He's too, like... Yeah, he's done a lot of damage, but, like, it's too, like... It hasn't affected, like, the whole world yet. I don't know if it ever will. He's just ruining the lives of the people unlucky enough to be born in his country. Which, by the way, goddamn. Imagine one chance of life born in North Korea. Brutal. Oh, we're talking like in general. There's people like Henry VIII did a lot of really, really bad things. King Leopold II? I don't even know who that is. So 10 million people. What? What happened? There's a lot of Henrys, yeah. Who's Mao Zedong? They're just making up names. He's a Belgian king. Belgium? Really? I never expected that. I don't know, I don't know. It's probably just that thing where I do know, but I don't remember names. Again, I have a really bad name memory thing. You don't learn about that guy in school? I don't know who this is. Can someone enlighten me? Well, I figured he was Chinese. Who's in charge of China now? Xi Jinping, I think. I think you know why, Space, if you put two and two together. And the level's worse. Yeah, he was hacking in 2017. That was messed up. They should probably have VIP, yeah. I just never do VIP. Like, it's never something I do. I swear every time I try this doesn't work, by the way. Try it. Yeah, that'll work. Genghis Khan takes the most badly influential person. Does he? I mean, there's also, like, Hitler. I completely kind of forgot about that. That's probably the number one most, right? Doesn't really get much worse than that. Genghis Khan controlled like half the world. Was it more than like Alexander the Great? Yeah, stuff on the front, like the story of Napoleon's so funny because literally at the end of it, they were just like, they sent him to some remote island because every time he went anywhere, he somehow managed to do some dumbass nonsense that caused a bunch of damage. Space US. Evil space. Like he had to be secluded away from everything. Oh, it's one of these moments. Maybe why is his name Space UK? I can answer that. Good strategy. Will I ever stare at another wall? I mean, probably. Over the course of my lifetime. Seems pretty likely, all things considered. I'm happy I passed the cube today at the very least, but like I want more, you know what I mean? So annoying right now. Yeah, that's a thing I've ever thought about. God. Ugh. My brain was like, we did it, we're gonna make it to the cube. Extremely loud and crazy. Yeah, that's the most nothing death ever, bro. Yeah, but like, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, but come on. Like, who's gonna do what I just did? That's not a bug. That's just you hold into the portal. Cindy, I've not been playing no GD. Like, this is the first time I've played GD in like 3 days. I've been playing Bridge. What? Now it's doing something different. Okay, well this is bad. What does 2.2 stream soon mean, out of curiosity? Like, what is that sentence? What could that possibly mean? I just wanted to see what would happen if I spam my arrow keys back and forth. That'd be so funny if that's how you guys reveal. Like, 2.2 came out, the entire internet was freaking out, and it's just like, no one in chat said anything, and just one guy was like, hey, do you think you'd stream that soon? And then another guy's like, yeah, we're just letting you know. Like, imagine if that's how you guys reacted to 2.2 coming out. My chat of all places. Like, it's the most casual thing of all time. Like, you're letting me know, like, some news story that just happened. GD's 10th anniversary is going to be in 3 days. Oh my god. But it's 2023. It means I've been playing this game for 10 years. About. That's. Lol lol lol. I'm old as hell. Yeah, I heard about the Fallen Symphony ranking thing. I'm not playing that map. I've not been. You know what I've been playing? I've been playing 6K. I don't know why. That's what I've been doing for the past few days. I ain't even been playing 4K. I just stopped playing. I was just like. Because what happened was, like, I was just, like, chilling, and then I clicked on some random map that I thought was 4K, but it was actually 6K, and I was playing, and I was like, wait, this is kind of fun. Let me see if I can play more of these, and then I've just been doing that for, like, a week. Not good for my 4K, probably, but I don't care. I'm having fun. It's just fun. There's more, there's, like, 2 more notes, and you can, like, there's new patterns. New, 9K. I don't even know how you do that. Plus, I've always kind of wanted to know how to play higher keys like 6K and 7K eventually, just to be able to do it. Maybe it will help my 4K. If my fingers, like, overall more mobility. Plus, it's just fun. Okay, wow. Pretty, dude. That was just really frustrating after the last death. Because it's just like, you want to get to the cube, and I was like, oh, I passed it again, and then, like... Sorry, guys. I shouldn't get mad over that. It's just like, come on, man. You know? It's just that visceral feeling of just like, please. Well, what games does your brother like? Because oh, you. Wait, your brother's the one who likes Amori? Oh, it's like a tag team effort. This is easy. Like, I don't even need to do anything. Just play it. Literally just play it. What convincing do you need, then? Your own brother and the streamer you probably watch the most have both told you to play it. Why would, what would be the point of convincing you? All the convincing has already been done just by the merit of the people telling you to do it. You get banned for disliking Amori? Yes, goodbye. Yeah, Amori's one of the things you're just like, you get banned for not owning Amori? Yep. You get banned for disliking Geometry Dash. Yep. Let's just start banning people, guys. New activity. I'm bored of these chat members. Let's remove them forever. What if I did that? There's like people who've been watching me for 3 years. Just go. Nope. I don't know. I don't even hate you. I'll just get out of here. Just randomly banned. Like, we're chill, but like I'm banning you and there's no reason. Ban roulette. Ban all. What if that happened? What if that legitimately did that and then you had to spend like the next like 3 years fixing it? And it was like this giant news story like Twitch streamer accidentally types in ban all and it actually bans everyone or something. Frustrating session. It's a frustrating session. This is a frustrating session, gang. Like I'll keep it, you know, $1.50 as it says. This session is pissing me off. Oh my god, dude. That video of Jay Schlatt, like, I don't watch Jay Schlatt, but that video of him just executing a script that bans every name related to Dream SMP members is like one of the funniest clips I've ever seen from any Twitch show. Especially because, like, the people in the replies were so mad about it. It was so funny. Because, like, I get their side, too. But it's like, I don't know. It's just, as an observer that's not related to any of it, it was really funny to watch. I don't care about the morals or anything. I don't care. Yeah. Like, he was unapologetically evil about it. Ban everyone's GD in the username, for real. Tommy in it himself got banned from the chat. No way. Dude, you guys see the Sandlot's been playing like with like Tubbo and people? That's so awesome, dude. I hope he makes it. Sandwich is like one of those people, it's like you just want the best for them, always. It's hard to describe that exact feeling. Like, it feels like they're the main character and you're watching them do something. I believe in Sam a lot. He's got it, you know what I mean? This blue orb is like the hardest one, dude. Like, that blue orb is ridiculous. Yeah. I just want to see him succeed. I feel like that would make him really happy. I just want everyone to be happy. And it looks like he might really get what he wants there, which is really exciting. Let's go. Okay, I have to go to the bathroom real quick. slow. Oh, is that why the same 3 people are in the thing? You think I can't? You think I can't see the logs? The commoner is. Sam wants new gen EVW. Actually, you're right. Like, I want the best for them in the same amount. My health is, I don't know if it's better or worse, but I'm waking up consistently at 8 a.m., so that feels pretty good at the very least. I gotta feel like days where it's like, I can't move, and then other days I'm like, I am the best person to ever exist, and then it's like an endless cycle. Yeah, he's got the charisma for it. That is a trait I sorely lack in. It's like, if I don't, dude, if I, like, don't meet eye to eye with someone in a conversation, it's over. The wall is hit instantly. I can't do it, but Samwell feels like he can just adapt to anyone's vibe, you know what I mean? If you're lightheaded all the time, you might just be not drinking enough water. Or you have a vitamin deficiency, maybe. Not impossible. Yeah, it's just like I was playing bridge with some people the other day, and there was this one guy who every single joke he made had something to do with either saying a slur or not saying a slur. Do you know what I mean by that? I feel like that's a hard thing to describe. But there's like those people where everything they say is either like, oh, I'm gonna say something controversial but I didn't, or oh, I said it but I didn't really say that, oh my god, and then it's just like that over and over again. I literally can't talk to them. Like, I can't do it. They'll say anything and they're like, so you're this or this or this, and it's like not even like I'm offended. I'm just like, where do I go from here? You know what I mean? It's like, what do I do now? And so I don't respond, and then it's like, oh, I guess he's this and this and this and this, and I'm just like, I guess. I don't know. Like, just a long exhale. It's like, how am I supposed to interact with this person? I don't know how to do it. No, I think he was like an adult. I think he was just one of those like weirdly racist Europeans. For some reason, there's like obviously not every European, but there's some Europeans in some countries that are just like really, like they're just like genuinely pretty racist for some reason. It's a very real thing. I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable, man. How do Europeans are racist against like other Europeans? Like, bro, you're like as far away as like Texas is from New York. Relax. Well, Texas is evil, so. It is nice to play Bridge again, because I took like a multi-month break for like when I was playing Oblivion. I didn't have time. I ain't got time to play no Bridge, and then I just didn't play for the months after, because I was bad. So I didn't really feel like playing anymore. It's been nice to play it again. I will say this though, I'm struggling more and more with how people treat me as like a popular person. I feel like by this point I should just be over it, but it's so weird. Like when you like, because the thing is with Bridge, like it's just so weird to like whenever I talk to people, they talk about how other people were talking about my skill all the time. Like, I'm this, like, great attraction point of interest that people are constantly talking about where I'm at skill-wise and this and this and this, which is, like, every time I talk to a person, like, they're telling me, oh, yeah, this person was talking about this and this and this. I don't like feeling like an attraction. I feel like that's kind of what... And I'm getting less and less, like, tolerable of the people that are very clearly interacting with me because I'm popular and they think it's really funny. I don't know how to describe that without a lot of you guys like experiencing it, but there's like certain people that will like, that are, the way they're interacting with you, they just think it's so funny that they're interacting with you. It's weird, man. It's so off-putting. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know how to describe it any better than that. Like, they don't really see you as a person. They're just like, you're just this figurehead of something. It's weird, and they think they can just do whatever they want in that regard, and then you don't have to care about it. It's just weird, man. Because I just want to interact with everyone like they're normal, without this weird like the way they're acting. It's like they're relaying everything that happens to their friends in real time. Like, and it's so impressive to everyone that that's what's happening, and it's like. And then, like, the results of the game, they're telling everyone. And I know this to be a fact, because, like, almost anytime I do, like, anyone that isn't, like, someone I'm, like, already chilling friends with, like, I hear about it, like, multiple days later from someone else related to something else. It's just weird. Like, I'm an idea to them. Like, I'm, like, something that to be tracked. Something, like, it's just weird. It's so bizarre. I don't know how to describe it. I'm really struggling with that right now, because it's just, like, it just feels like there's a lot more like pressure on me, because there's like, it feels like everything I'm doing is being like tracked and recorded, which feels like this like paranoia thing that people who are like really paranoid say, but like when it's actually true, it's a very interesting situation. I don't like the feeling, because I don't know, I don't like the feeling of constantly being tracked and people taking notes on where I'm at and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. It is just how it is. Fear of Dark is awesome. Motorway is fantastic. Oh yeah, for sure. I still go into the assumption that people are going to do that. Like, treat me like a real human being. Like, when I start interacting with someone, I interact with them, like, normally. Do I think I'm a normal person? Of course. I mean, except for the fact that, like, there's some weird things about me, but in terms of, like, there's nothing about me that makes me really any different from someone else out there, you know what I mean? We're all in the same playing field here. And like, I don't know, I just like finding random people sometimes and just like hanging out with them or whatever. But I feel like you can't really do that as much when you're popular because of people that are weird. No one's really normal, but we should all be equally respected. A lot of people in my position think that they deserve more respect than, like, the average person. It always makes me really uncomfortable when I see, like, someone who's really popular that, like, ignore people that, like, aren't also popular or have some merit to them. I've seen that a lot. Like, that is the most common thing that I've seen from people in my position in terms of content creation that pisses me off. Thinking you're above certain people, or that someone's comment isn't worth replying to because you don't know them, or like from other, like, it's just makes you really uncomfortable. The difference between doing that and like talking to your friends and stuff like that, but you know what I mean. The problem is, though, it's hard like to consider like the idea of like playing on an ultra bridge, just because like I feel it's nice when like all the people that I actually want to do know when I'm on. You know what I mean? All right, see you, dude. The figure. Yeah. It all just, I mean, it all centralizes on like one of my main belief points is that whatever your goal is, your overall goal, it will not solve all your problems. Ever. Literally ever. If you think, oh, all I have to do is beat this level and it will fix all my problems. I mean, Oblivion did fix a lot of issues, but like, still, most of the stuff I learned from Oblivion was on the journey on the way. The goal didn't magically fix everything. You're not gonna fix everything by becoming rich and popular too. If you're hurt on the inside, you'll stay you'll remain hurt on the inside. It's that simple. I don't think I could beat. I mean, I'm gonna beat Return Zero, which is hopefully gonna be top one, but I don't think I could beat like Akron. I don't think I have the ability to build the consistency yet. No, Rico definitely had an ego, dude. You're not wrong there. I'm not a fan of talking badly about people on stream, but wow. I recall this one example where he hosted a collab and he didn't like one of the parts that was made, but instead of telling him respectfully, he just started making fun of them for having a part that he didn't like. It was really frustrating to see. Yeah, Paulo does because he got backlash for it. Rico's always been like that. Yeah, it was an I'm sorry I got caught. I promise you. Time is it? 12:20. Ooh, I can go get a sandwich after this. I might literally, guys, I'm gonna be real with you. I might literally just stop streaming, go eat lunch, and then come back and stream Minecraft. Like, I might do that instead of, but it's like weird kind of, because it's just like this random like 40-minute break, but like whatever. Does he care? Because I don't have food. If I had food, then I'd do it. I don't have food. I must go drive to food. I just tried to get my dad on Spotify, I just realized. My dad would probably love Spotify. I wonder if he'd like it. He probably would. My dad has this, my dad does this thing every single time that he, goes on a road trip longer than like an hour. He makes a specific playlist for it. I was one time, one time we left 30 minutes late because it was an 8-hour drive and he hadn't completed the playlist yet. And I thought that was the funniest thing of all time, and my mom did not. I mean, it was all fine, but goddamn, that was funny. The playlist. He'd probably really like Spotify. It allowed him to discover a lot of the music that he's had. For all the hardship I've experienced, I'm really happy that my mom and dad have had a really good relationship and I've had a good upbringing in that regard. Like, I'm pretty sure some of the worst mental things that can happen to you come from your mom and dad being, like, are very argumentative and stuff like that. So I'm very, very grateful for that. My brother is, like, 17, about to be 18, which is, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, am I old. Dude. I just start getting like a gravestone made in advance. Yeah, literally, dude. In my head, he's like 15, not about to turn 18, bro. No, I listen to music all the time in my own time. Oh my god, the amount of music I listen to in my own time is pretty much always got a song playing while I'm not streaming. I love music so much. It just like adds to whatever I'm doing. Life enhancer. Any tips to get to the duels? If we're talking about this level, no, because I am in the same boat where I've died 1 billion times in the cube and I've gotten to the duel like twice. Because it's simply that way, you know? That cube is just, it doesn't want us to make it anywhere. Yeah, our brains really like music. Like, they're like, I don't know what it is about it, but our brains are like, yes, this needs to continue. These noises, more of them, more noises, 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 noises. I mean, Minecraft soundtrack is just genuinely good. I kind of get annoyed that people just have to lump it in with like video game music as a whole, because like those are just genuinely really good like meditative songs. That's like the point of them. Yeah, I did get 50 because I'm stupid. Yeah. Minecraft is just kind of like, well, no, I still got to the duel today. That wasn't 50 though. Hey, Majestic, what's up, dude? In the last 30 minutes, I did get to the duel. Minecraft is probably one of the most influential games of all time, yeah? Yeah, I don't know what life would look like without it. The Amori OST is genuinely masterful. I mean, I don't think it's as powerful as it ever could be, like, in the game. Like, just listening to the songs outside of it, but, like... It gets it. It knows what it needs to do. You know what I mean? Undertale soundtrack the same way. It's just, it knows what it needs to do. It perfectly matches whatever environment you're in and whatever situation's happening. Yes. Also, One Shot's OST is great in the game. It's so good. It adds like 85 layers onto what you're actually doing. I also need to play One Shot again, 100%. I need to play Earthbound. That's the one I really need to play. Like, that's like #1 on list of games of that genre that need to be played. I wonder if a game like Amori will ever come out ever again, though. Like, genuinely, I don't know. Like, that is ridiculous. Like, Amori might just be the last one of those we ever get. I need to play Earthbound. I need to play Yume Nikki. These are things that need to happen. I don't know if I should ever play Terraria. I've heard many things in the past 5 days, and not all of them are good. I just remember I played it on my iPad as a kid, and I played it for 5 minutes, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on, so I gave up. Because, like, Minecraft was right there, and I'm just like, I get that. Yeah, I'll definitely have to play it. Yeah, I don't know. I just never got into Terraria. I don't know. I just don't play games casually right now. I just simply don't. I do not. And I said don't like I was Canadian or something. This came out wrong. I'm just so uncasual right now. I just bit my tongue. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Yeah, I played TTT. It's really fun when you get a group of friends together to play it. It's been a while though since I played it. Or like a few months or something. I could play it again now. I couldn't play it before because the blue light filter on my computer doesn't work on Source games, but I figured out a way to handle that. Let's see you. I stream earlier each day. Yeah, I'm noticing that. It will end eventually, I think. I can't tell what I want, man. I can't stream this early every day. That's like irresponsible of me. Ironically enough. I don't know. I literally don't know. What do you guys want? I could stream it like any time of the day now. I can't tell when the best time is. I don't know if I'll have the right energy after lunch. I just don't know any of these variables. This is all kind of new to me in a way. I'm not used to not like streaming immediately upon waking up. This is what I do. I clicked so late, I swear. I swear, guys. I guess. That blue orb is so hard, man. No, it goes to 46. Like, it's ridiculous how hard this blue orb is compared to like every other click, I think. Probably in this part. $11 p.m. 1 a.m. is not happening anymore. I'm completely dead by 11 p.m. now. To be honest, guys, I really like waking up at 8 a.m. I'm gonna try to maintain it. I won't be able to. Like, I won't. I never do. It is like, it's one of those things where like I can say and I will try, but I'm not gonna be. Yeah, I wake up at 8 a.m. every day. I go to bed at like 11:30 and wake up at 8 every single day. Like, without fail. But it never maintains. It always just gets randomly off track. My body doesn't. Like, just one day, I'm just gonna randomly wake up at 10 a.m. and it's just gonna start happening. That's what happened last time. Like, completely out of nowhere. No, I'm gonna try, I'm gonna sweat this time. I'm gonna make sure we don't. We're gonna see how long we can maintain the sleep schedule. It's always the first time chatters, dude. That's literally, I'm not even joking, guys, the most common first time chat. Before hi. I'm not kidding. I've noticed that way more than like any other first time chat messages. I gotta cheat and use an alarm. I do use an alarm, but sometimes my alarm just doesn't work. Well, thank you. What time is it in New York? It's 12:35 p.m. now. Bit after noon. Dude, this. Oh, no. Yeah, but for some reason the alarm tactic doesn't work. And then I'll get to this one point where like my brain chemistry changes and it won't even let me wake up anymore. Like I'll wake up and my brain will activate a mode that will 100% fall back to sleep. No, not Terraria. Stop slapping your mouse. Or like clicking too hard. Or any variation of that is like my most common first time chat. I think it's mostly just people that don't watch that much GD that are just like, they randomly get to stream in this thing. And they're like, what the hell? This guy's clicking really hard. Because to be fair, I am, but that's just GD. Which they probably don't know yet. Damn, let's click, bro. The first hard clicker in GD? I don't know. I don't remember when I started like noticing it. It just like happened randomly. I think it happened just like at some point in either 2016 or 2017. Because certainly Riot and Trusted didn't hard click. You know what? It's not even the whole queue being too hard. It's literally just this blurb because it feels like it's hard to figure out like when it's too late, if that makes sense. Like you can't click it too late, but you can fall off the block, obviously, in an attempt to avoid. It's hard. The last 24 notes of We Love Llama. Dude, it's so funny. Like, you can't do it. I don't know what pattern that even is. Like, it looks like a pattern you should be able to read, but you can't. Like, you can't. You get to that ending thing, and you can hit your keys in any order you want, and it doesn't function. And then you get to then you get and it's awesome. Hard clicking was not always a thing, no. I don't know if it was, and the microphones just never picked it up, but that doesn't really make any sense. But I remember even as late as like something like 2019, not every player hard clicked, and the majority of them probably didn't actually. But I know it was like a thing, and it was still a thing then. Did I listen to any music today? I did listen to plenty of music today. I can't remember the names of the song. I mean, there's one, yeah, it's like I remember the name, but you're not gonna know them from the names. Like I was like in some random rabbit hole. I did listen to like half of Good Kid, Mad City for no reason though, because sometimes I just get in that mood. I'm like, that's the vibe. I use a Blue Yeti. I also like Kendrick Lamar. I will never be switching to keyboard. That's not going to happen. It just won't. Why? Because I don't like the idea of that. And I also don't believe it's more consistent or better. Does Space use an up arrow? I don't even think he does. Same thing with Doggy. I can use no up arrow. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's better or consistent. I think it's just simply what you prefer. Wow, okay. Yeah, Curtis uses up arrow. Space uses mouse. Diamond also uses mouse. I've seen with my own eyes, like him playing VFC with his mouse. And trust me, you don't need the up arrow. That death did really suck. I wasn't a fan of that. To be fair, Diamond's just kind of like a beast though. Like physicality wise, it's actually like kind of insane. He goes to the gym. That's fair. I've always wondered if that actually makes you better. People say it doesn't, but I think they're wrong. Yeah, like, this is the thing. It's like, because also, the best Osu-Mania, not Osu-Mania, just like 4K player in general is a person named Virtual, who also goes to the gym and can just do things that no one else can do. Like, I don't know. People say it doesn't help, but I think it's BS. BS. And I think it might be time to tap in. For one of my main problems is not being able to click fast consistently. I want to make a video out of it though. Like, does working out actually make you better video games? Like, I want to make that video. I can use like Osu-Mania as a reference because like of how like physical that game is. I think I'm gonna try it. I don't know for what month this is happening, but... And I'm not filming in an actual gym because I'm not weird. So I might just like get like stuff to do, work out at home. But then it would still be true, because then it would still be a result of working out versus not working out. Well, I don't care about physical anything, so if I'd be working out, it'd be for that. For the most part. Yeah, be healthy to be a better gamer, for real. I think Space UK is like extremely musically talented, actually. If I remember correctly. I never enjoyed working out because it just feels like I'm wasting my energy for the day and it doesn't make me feel good. And I ran for a very long time and then I worked out for a very long time outside of that. Yeah, I had goals and stuff like that. I just don't like physical... The thing is, I have to stop when I'm physically pushing myself because I'm worried I'm going to injure myself. I hate that. I hate that. My whole thing is ignoring limits to try to push past them. But, like, you can genuinely... Like, my mentality, I'm so extreme that I'm extremely worried that I'd actually rip or tear a part of my body. So in that way, it's sort of discomforting. Yeah, I don't know. Working out doesn't make me feel... I know a lot of people make them feel like the adrenaline rush or whatever from all that. It always just kind of made me feel sticky. I don't like feeling sticky. There's like nothing in the world that's worth feeling sticky over. Yeah, it's the worst, but that's just why I don't like it. I mean, like, I get it probably makes you healthier, but goddamn, I hate that. And also, it just feels like I'm losing all my energy for the day, and then it's harder to do the stuff I actually want to do because I used all my energy doing the thing I didn't care about that made me sticky. And then also, I have to eat more food, which is more expensive because you need more protein. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah. I will say this, I think Fahrenheit is the only thing that we have over, like, metric stuff. Like, I think Fahrenheit's genuinely better than Celsius for, like, that sort of stuff. It's very easy to understand when there's 0 is about as cold as it could ever get, and 100 is about as hot as it can realistically get. It's wide, there's more variety. I like it a bit more. That's the only thing I'll give that our system. I don't know from what the number is being pulled from though. It's like a slider of some value that goes from 0 to 100. And that makes sense to me. I don't care about like how like actually accurate it is, or like, well, I mean not accurate, but like useful in determining reality. As a human being going through life, it's been very useful. I'm not that biased. I hate America. I say one thing and now it's like, oh, this guy. Let me have my opinion. You know what else we have? Burgers. I'll admit it. None of you have a burger better than I have, like in any random back alley burger place I could find in any place around here, especially in New York. Those are the two things we have over you. I think Fahrenheit's better and better burgers than you could ever dream of, probably. Not saying you don't have better food in almost every other aspect, but we out burger you. New York pizza, also we out pizza you. We out pizza you, we out burger you. It's true. Now, are these things to be proud about? Look, I'm just saying they taste really good, okay? And our ice cream's definitely better. 100%. I've had some of the best ice cream in the world is definitely in the US. Every food that's bad for you, we have really well done here. Okay, Icelandic ice cream sounds... I don't know how it actually tastes, but like wow, you know what I mean? Like that sounds like a insane item to possess. Look, here's the thing. In other countries, they're not brave enough to put like onion rings on a burger. You guys ever had a burger with like onion rings and like barbecue and like onions and like other stuff? Like, oh my god. That is something you will never understand unless you've had it. And you're listening to me saying, oh, onion rings on a burger. Onion rings on a burger, ladies and gentlemen. You put onion rings, grilled mushrooms, throw those on there. Swiss cheese, barbecue sauce. Dude, I am getting myself way too hungry out here. Like, my mouth literally started watering. I'm not even joking. Witherbreaker. Like, I'm an actual cartoon character. Thank you for this. Thank you for the raid, Witherbreaker. I am a genuine cartoon character. My mouth literally started watering. Oh yeah, bacon completes that burger that I just made in my head. That now I need to eat, but can't, because there's nowhere that does that, specifically where I'm around. But there probably is, I just haven't looked hard enough. You could get that exact burger from the place that you get the bacon milkshake from, also. I'm sure of it. Like, I bet money on it. Another thing I've noticed, every time I've been to countries that aren't the US, you guys you're too shy about the portion sizes, dude. That's not enough food to sustain you, the things that you order there. You need a lot of it. That's the one. Having a fast metabolism in America, they go hand in hand. Because I need that much food that they're serving, bro. Nah, American sizes are the correct sizes. Every other size is too small. But yeah, my favorite fast food's burger, easily. Me and my friends, like, yesterday walked like 20 minutes for a chicken sandwich, and that was worth it. A small, medium, large, almost everywhere. No, you guys are wrong. You are all wrong. Poutine's really good. You know what else is really good that I don't get to have a lot that isn't here? Like escargot. You don't really get to have that unless you're at like a high-end establishment anyway. But like, it tastes so good, man. Is Chick-fil-A good? Yes. The problem is the homophobia affiliation. Which fast food do I hate? A lot of them. I hate McDonald's. For instance, Burger King is trash. Why does Chick-fil-A have to taste so damn good? Of all places? Like, why can't Burger King be the homophobic one? Like, I'm already avoiding that like it's the plague. Like, I don't need to... No, Burger King's ass. Unless you're in another country. Dude, fast food, like, places try way less hard in America. Like, I've heard, like, KFC is, like, fantastic in other places. Dude, when I go to Japan, I have to try it. I have to try KFC. I've heard it's, like, actually super good. And they just make it, like, ass here in America. Never had a Mr. Beast burger in my life, and probably is going to remain that way. Yeah, KFC's apparently like super good. Oh, the Burger King woman belong in the kitchen tweet. That was insane. I can't believe that ever happened as a real thing that ever happened. I just like Walter White, like I was like, I couldn't believe it that was tweeted. Like, seriously. It's like the equivalent of like an edgy 15-year-old using like shock value to gain attention. But like a giant corporation. I was shocked. It's ridiculous. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. One major United States cuisine that isn't insanely unhealthy. Subs. Subs are not insanely unhealthy. Sub sandwiches, we do those a lot in the U.S. Those are really good. We have really good ones. Like Jimmy John's, good. Firehouse subs, good. Subway, no. But Firehouse and Jimmy John's, awesome. There's plenty of subs everywhere. Subs are not unhealthy for you at all. Jimmy John's is pretty bad. Jimmy John's is... No, it's not. Jimmy John's is really good. Nope. You can't just repeat the same thing, because I'm just going to say the same thing back. Ready? Jimmy John's is pretty good. See? This won't ever get anywhere. Oh yeah, Jersey Mike's is like the best one. Jersey Mike's is like, you can get so much like bang for your buck at Jersey Mike's. You can get a large sub for like $15 and it is like your entire caloric intake for the day. Right there. Okay. No more. I am hungry because we keep talking about food, and the last time I ate was at 8 a.m. and it's time for lunch. It is time for lunch. You have all done this to me. My mouth is just constantly watering in an endless cycle. Like, this is my fault. I need to, dude, I can raid Aeon. What? I can't believe it. I can't believe this. I should get like an award for this, I think. Streaming early enough to be able to raid Aeon. Well, I should get $1 million for this. I will. I'm gonna go get something really good. Dude, I definitely slept on my arm though, because my arm hurts like hell. Minecraft doesn't suck. I'll play it for a little bit, and then if I like it, I'll stream. If not, I'll just won't stream. Okay, bye. I'll see you guys another time. Bars. Oh my god, I'm so talented.